Hello, good morning everybody. In last video lecture, we have seen redox reaction, means how to assign the oxidation number of any elements in polyatomic molecule or molecule. Okay, and today we'll see the modern periodic table. Okay, some basic concept of modern periodic table. आतापर्यंत आपण आपल्याला 11th मध्ये जे टॉपिक्स आहेत आणि त्यासाठी लागणारे जे बेसिक आहे ते बघत आलेलो आहे. जसं की आता आपण रिसेंटली रेडॉक्स रिएक्शनचे बघितले बेसिक काही कॉन्सेप्ट्स की हाऊ टू असाइन द ऑक्सिडेशन नंबर, रेडॉक्स रिएक्शन मीन्स व्हॉट, ऑक्सिडेशन मीन्स व्हॉट, रिडक्शन मीन्स व्हॉट, ऑक्सिडंट reducing agent and how to identify the redox reaction, right? So similarly we'll see some basic concept of modern periodic table, right? In 10th standard we have learned periodic table. Yes, what is actually periodic table आणि कोणत्या कोणत्या डिस्कवरीज आहेत, how elements are classified, how elements are placed in modern periodic table, right? You know that 118 elements are placed in a modern periodic table, right? 118 elements are placed in a modern periodic table. As on date, 118 elements are known. 118 elements are known. Okay, so these elements are classified systematically. So it is necessary to classify these elements systematically in periodic table, right? So in this topic we have to discuss the classification of the elements, then periodic table, modern periodic table, okay, and then physical and chemical properties किंवा properties जे variation आहे, so that we have to discuss in this topic, right? So 118 elements. First of all, these elements are classified into three types: metals, non-metals and metalloids. Okay, so 118 elements are classified on the basis of their physical properties as metals, non-metals and metalloids. Metals, non-metals, metals, non-metals and metalloids. These 100 elements are classified on the basis of their physical properties as metals, non-metals and metalloids. Okay, so these elements are classified systematically in periodic table. Okay, so in 18th century, 30 elements were discovered. 30 elements were discovered. In 18th century, 30 elements were discovered and they are classified on the basis of their physical properties as metals, non-metals and metalloids, right? In 18th and 19th century, several new elements were discovered. In 18th and 19th century, several new elements were discovered, and these elements are classified, these elements are placed systematically in periodic table. New elements were discovered. So scientists began to realize to classify these elements very properly and systematically. So scientists were made to 100% efforts to classify these elements in periodic table very properly, right? So 18th and 19th century, several new elements were discovered and these elements are placed properly in a periodic table. Okay, so after that, in 1817, new scientist, that is Dove Reiner, came. Dove Reiner. In 1817, Dove Reiner came and he found that group of three elements. He was German chemist. Dobereiner was German chemist, and in 1817 he found that group of three elements. He were called them trides. In 1817, German chemist was came, that is Dobereiner, and he found that group of three elements were called trides. So what actually he told in these trides? He told that the atomic weight of the middle element, atomic weight of the middle element was approximately same that of the other two elements, other two elements. Yes, Dobereiner trides. In 1817, German chemist Dobereiner came and he found that group of three elements called trides. It means that he found trides. Trides means what? Group of three elements. And actually he told in these trides, atomic weight of the middle element was approximately same that of the other two elements. Yes, for example, lithium, sodium and potassium. These three elements are the trides. Okay, so atomic weight of lithium 7, atomic weight of sodium 23, atomic weight of potassium 39. Okay, these are the trides. Okay, so the atomic weight of the middle element, so sodium is the middle element, so atomic weight of the middle element was approximately the same that of the other two elements. So that was the tride of Dobereiner. Okay, after that J.P. Cook came. After that J.P. Cook, that is the name of scientist, J.P. Cook came in 1854. And he arranged the elements in the increasing order, in the homologous series of increasing order of the elements, increasing order of their atomic weights. Okay, so J.P. Cook न काय actually केलं तर in 1854 मध्ये J.P. Cook arranged the elements in the homologous series of increasing order of their atomic weights. Means he found that atomic weight of the elements. Nitrogen, okay, phosphorus, arsenic. Atomic weight of nitrogen 40, atomic weight of phosphorus 31, and atomic weight of arsenic 75. Okay, so J.P. Cook in 1854, J.P. Cook came and he arranged the elements in the homologous series of increasing order of the atomic weights of the elements. At the time of J.P. Cook, he discovered the atomic weight of the elements, and he arranged the elements in a homologous series in the increasing order of their atomic weights. बघा ना, elements atomic weight काय होत चाललंय, increase होत चाललंय. So he arranged the elements in the homologous series of increasing order of the elements. Increasing order of the atomic weights of the elements. Increasing order na J.P. Cook na elements काय केले, arrange केले. So in 1854, J.P. Cook arranged the elements in the homologous series of increasing order of the atomic weights of the elements. Right? Means atomic weight was discovered at the time of J.P. Cook. Okay. After that in 1864, after that in 1864, in 1864, Newlands came, John Newlands. In 1864, John Newlands came. He was the English chemist, okay, and he found that Newlands octaves. What he found that? He found that Newlands octaves. He found that Newlands octaves. In 1864, English chemist John Newlands came and he found that Newlands octaves. He arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic weights on the basis of their physical and chemical properties. Yes, how he arranged the elements? He arranged the elements in the increasing order of atomic weights on the basis of their physical and chemical properties. And he stated the properties of eighth element, the physical and chemical properties of eighth element. Yes, I will write here the physical and chemical properties. Here are the properties we can say here. The physical and chemical properties. The physical and chemical properties. The physical and chemical properties of eighth element are similar to that of the first element. Are similar to that of the first element. Are similar to that of the first element. He called them Newlands octaves. Yes. In 1864, English chemist John Newlands came and he arranged the elements in the increasing order of atomic weights of the element on the basis of their physical and chemical properties. And he found that Newlands octaves. What he told in Newlands octaves, the physical and chemical properties of eighth elements are similar to that of the first element, and he will call them Newlands octaves. He compared his octaves to music octaves. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and sodium. How many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So what is the Newlands octaves? The properties of eighth element. Their physical and chemical properties. So we can say the properties of eighth element are similar to that of the first element. म्हणजे सोडियमच्या ज्या काही प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत त्या सिमिलर आहेत. कोणाशी सिमिलर आहेत? तर फर्स्ट एलिमेंट that is lithium. So the physical and chemical properties of eighth element are similar to that of the first element. Okay. Lithium atomic number 7, beryllium atomic number 9, boron, बेरिलियमचा atomic number किती आहे? Sorry, atomic weight of lithium 7, beryllium 9, okay. Boron 11, carbon 12, nitrogen 14, oxygen 16, then fluorine 19, and sodium 23. Right? Atomic weights. So lithium 7, beryllium 9, boron 11, carbon 12, nitrogen 14, oxygen 16, fluorine 19, and sodium 23. These are the elements and their atomic weights. These elements are arranged in the increasing order of the atomic weights of that element. बरोबर, म्हणजे हे atomic weights आपल्याला काय झालेले दिसतात तर इन्क्रीज झालेले दिसतात. सो अशा पद्धतीने एलिमेंटची अरेंज केलेली आहे, इन्क्रीजिंग ऑर्डर ऑफ देअर atomic weights, राइट. सो हा फर्स्ट एलिमेंट लिथियम, हा लास्ट एलिमेंट that is the 8th element sodium. The properties of 8th element are similar to that of the first element, that is lithium. Okay. So Newlands compare his octaves to music octaves: sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. So Newlands compare his octaves to music octaves, and he told that the properties of 8th element are similar to that of the first element. Okay, so that is the Newlands octaves. हे काय होतं, Newlands octaves. At the time of Newlands, 63 elements were discovered. At the time of Newlands, 63 elements. At the time of Newlands, 63 elements were discovered, and these elements are arranged in a periodic table on the basis of their physical and chemical properties in the increasing order of their atomic weights. म्हणजे त्यांच्या फिजिकल आणि केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज कन्सिडर करून इन्क्रीजिंग ऑर्डर ना त्या पिरियडिक टेबल मध्ये या एलिमेंटची प्लेसमेंट आहे. Okay, so at the time of Newlands, 63 elements were discovered, and that 63 elements are arranged in a periodic table in the increasing order of their atomic weights on the basis of their physical and chemical properties. Okay, so 18th and 19th century मध्ये several new elements were discovered. Okay, so scientists have need to classify these elements very properly and systematically. Okay, so tremendous efforts scientists लोकांना घ्यायला लागलेले आहेत की हे एलिमेंट्स, न्यूली डिस्कवर झालेले एलिमेंट्स, हाऊ टू अरेंज इन अ पिरियडिक टेबल. पिरियडिक टेबल मध्ये हे एलिमेंट्स कसे अरेंज करायचे, सो त्याचा सिस्टमॅटिक स्टडी करून हे एलिमेंट्स अरेंज केलेले आहेत. स्टार्टिंगला डोबेरायनरनं काय केलं, 3 एलिमेंट्स डिस्कवर्ड केले. सो ग्रुप ऑफ 3 एलिमेंट्स वर कॉल्ड ट्राइड्स. And what was the tride? He told that in trides, atomic weight of the middle element was approximately the same of other 2 elements. 18th century मध्ये झालं, 1817 मध्ये. त्याच्यानंतर 1854 मध्ये J.P. Cook came and he found that homologous series. It means that he arranged the elements in a homologous series in the increasing order of their atomic weights. So at the time of J.P. Cook, atomic weight of the elements were discovered. जेवढे एलिमेंट्स डिस्कवर झाले होते त्या सगळ्या एलिमेंटचे atomic weights सुद्धा त्यावेळेस डिस्कवर झाले होते. सो ही arranged the elements in a homologous series in the increasing order of their atomic weights. After that, in 1864, John Newland, he was the English chemist, and he found that Newland's octaves. He gave his name, that is Newlands. Okay, he found that octaves, so Newland's octaves. So at the time of Newlands, 63 elements were discovered. So he arranged these elements in the increasing order of their atomic weights on the basis of their physical and chemical properties, and he stated the Newland's octaves. The properties means physical and chemical properties. The physical and chemical properties of 8th element are similar to that of the first element, and he called them Newland's octaves. He compared his octaves to music octaves. Okay, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. हा 8th element सोडियम आणि लिथियम हा फर्स्ट एलिमेंट आहे. तर या 8th एलिमेंटच्या प्रॉपर्टीज सिमिलर टू दॅट ऑफ द फर्स्ट एलिमेंट. ओके, so after that, in 1869, Russian chemist. After that, in 1869, Russian chemist that is Dmitry Mendeleev was killed. Dmitry Mendeleev. Dmitry Mendeleev. He was the Russian chemist, and he found that the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses. He arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses. म्हणजे at the time of Dmitry Mendeleev 63 न्यूलँडच्या वेळेस हे 63 एलिमेंट्स डिस्कवर्ड झालेले आहेत. तेच एलिमेंट्स पुन्हा atomic mass नुसार Dmitry Mendeleevने काय केलेले आहेत, अरेंज केलेले. We can say at the time of Dmitry Mendeleev 63 elements were known and these elements were classified. These elements were placed in periodic table on the basis of their atomic masses. On the basis of their atomic masses. And at that time, new modern periodic table, new Mendeleev's periodic table was designed. त्यावेळेस मेंडेलीव्हचा पिरियडिक टेबल हा डिझाईन झाला. बिकॉज मेंडेलीव arranged the elements. Mendeleev arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses. And he stated the Mendeleev's periodic law. Okay, what was the law? Mendeleev's periodic law. Mendeleev's periodic law. Very important law, Mendeleev's periodic law. The physical and chemical properties of the element. The physical and chemical properties of the elements. The physical and chemical properties of the elements. Properties of the elements are periodic function of the elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. Are periodic function of their atomic masses. Of their atomic masses. Of their atomic masses. Means Dmitry Mendeleev arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses on the basis of physical and chemical properties in his periodic table. Therefore, this periodic table is called Mendeleev's periodic table. Means Mendeleev's periodic table was designed. Okay, and in this table, Mendeleev's arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses. Increasing order of their atomic masses. So therefore this table is called Mendeleev's periodic table. And he stated the periodic law, Mendeleev's periodic law. The physical and chemical properties of the elements are a periodic function of their atomic masses. The physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. याचा अर्थ काय आहे तर फिजिकल आणि केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीच्या इलेमेंटच्या आहेत त्या काय होणार आहेत, पिरियड वाईज ग्रुप वाईज चेंज होणार आहेत त्याच्या फिजिकल आणि केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज. त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो तर पिरियडिक व्हेरिएशन म्हणतो. पिरियडिक व्हेरिएशन पिरियड्स आणि ग्रुप्स मध्ये ह्या ज्या प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत लेफ्ट टू राईट टॉप टू बॉटम असे चेंजेस त्या प्रॉपर्टीज मध्ये होत असतात. सो द फिजिकल अँड केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ द एलिमेंट्स आर periodic function of their atomic masses. So that was the Mendeleev's periodic law because he arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses. Increasing order of their atomic masses in his periodic table. So therefore this periodic table is called Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay. After that he told in periodic table horizontal lines are called periods. Horizontal lines are called periods and vertical columns are called groups. Or vertical lines, we can say vertical lines or vertical columns are called groups. Okay. Mendeleev told that means he arranged the elements in periods and groups. So horizontal lines are called periods and vertical lines are called groups. So in his periodic table, total 7 periods are there and 18 groups are there. 7 periods. किती periods असणार आहे? 7 periods and 18 groups. Okay. In that 7 periods and 18 groups, he arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses. Okay. So horizontal lines are called periods. Total 7 periods in a periodic table, in his periodic table, and vertical lines or vertical columns are called groups. So total 18 groups are present in his periodic table. Okay, so in that groups and periods he arranged the elements. He arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses. Okay, so इथपर्यंतचा पाठ आपण पाहिलेला आहे. So today we have to stop here. So what we have seen actually, so first I told 118 elements are present in a periodic table. So as on date 118 elements are known to us. So these elements are classified into metals, non-metals and metalloids. Okay, so scientists need to classify these elements systematically, very properly in a periodic table. Okay, so after that scientists began to realize, means new elements were discovered in 18th and 19th century. In 18th and 19th century, several elements were discovered. So scientists began to realize these elements are classified very properly and systematically. So several efforts were made to classify these elements in a proper way. Okay, so in 18th century, 30 elements were discovered. On the basis of their physical and chemical properties, they are classified as metals, non-metals and metalloids. Okay. In 1817, Dobereiner came and he said that the group of 3 elements called trides, means he discovered group of 3 elements and he called them trides. The atomic weight of the middle element was approximately the same of other 2 elements. Lithium, sodium, potassium, these 3 elements were discovered, so they are called trides. Okay, in 1854, J.P. Crookes came and he arranged the elements in the homologous series in the increasing order of their atomic weights. At the time of J.P. Crookes, atomic weight was discovered. Atomic weight of elements were discovered and he arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic weights. Okay, in 1864, Newland came. Newland was the English chemist. Okay, and he stated the octaves and he called them Newland's octaves. He arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic weights on the basis of their physical and chemical properties. Okay, and he stated the properties of 8th element are similar to that of the first element. He called them Newland's octaves. Okay, and he compared the Newland's octaves to music octaves, right? And after that, in 1864, Russian chemist Dmitry Mendeleev came and he arranged the elements. He arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses and he was designed the new periodic table. Therefore, this periodic table is called Mendeleev's periodic table and he stated the Mendeleev's periodic law. The physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. It means that he arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses, right? And in his periodic table, he called horizontal lines are called periods and vertical columns or vertical lines are called groups. So there are 7 periods and 18 groups in his periodic table and he arranged the elements in these periods and groups. Okay, so today we have to stop here. So each and everything you should remember and already we have learned in 10th standard. So it is very easy for understanding, okay, and very interesting part, okay. Discovery of periodic table is very nice and very interesting, okay. So you should remember each and everything, right? Okay, thank you so much.